Bro, I just have to share with whoever cares, man. I have never laughed so hard in a while as two times recently. One was Chris McCandless coming to mind when they played Eddie Vedder's Society in yoga class. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. And the other, apropos of standing next to my Jones snowboard, which I absolutely adore and love, is seeing Wes Watson, what they're calling a generational crash out with that skull tattoo. And by the way, I have been so frustrated, not frustrated, I'm a very unfrustrated person, but relatively speaking, with new lingo like fucks with, where the kids have completely changed the meaning of fucks with. But I love the crash out, because this is a concept as a motorcyclist and gravity sports enthusiast, skydiver, base jumper, I've understood my whole life, you know, is the, you don't want to crash out. Like, motorcycling is fundamentally a sport of no impact. But yeah, Wes Watson getting that head tattoo after snowboarding, I laughed so hard. I have not had hard, involuntary, like spastic, orgasmic, tantric, like chakra, like John Candy, like boom from the boom inside laughs in a while. And yeah, Chris McCandless was one of them being played in yoga class, because that was just peak white society. But Wes Watson getting that head tattoo made me laugh my ass off. I mean, really, 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 really laugh. And to his credit, when I saw that film, like, Wes was pretty good at snowboarding, but so much of that is because he either doesn't know or doesn't care about head injuries. You know, I started as a like failed prodigy, failed graduate level professor of philosophy, like, you know, like on the track to be a 10-year professor, if that's really like where I wanted to like keep trying again, and then realized it paid nothing, and which was never the goal. That's what's so funny. People talk about like, oh, I got a liberal arts degree and I'm not making any money. Who fucking goes to school to make money? I mean, go to a trade school or something. But like, when I went to a liberal arts school, one of the most elite in the world, like, nobody there was going there to learn something to get a job directly, other than being a professor, you know. But yeah, man, you learn for the sake of learning. But yeah, Wes with that head tattoo is so fucking funny, because he was doing such an amazing job of the human shield, like a really amazing job of the human shield. Like, it blew me away, like how fucking good these sociopathic, psychopathic creeps are, just like my asshole neighbor, prison guard, criminal abuser thug. Like, these people are so good at being respectable. Like, you know, Wes Watson could walk into Ducati and they'd be like, oh, at least you're not a Jew with a huge dick who's fast as fuck. Sure, we'll sell you a bike. You know, like, he could get so much more respect at pretty much any place, other than like, if, you know, the people who know me from surfing are actually in the wild motorcycle riding, or at the rock gym, you know, these places, you know, I'm elevated to like a demigod, but then everywhere else it's like, oh, fuck you, Joe. It's so funny. But like, yeah, Wes Watson, man, he could walk into fucking Ducati with his head tattoo and get served. That's so funny. But he was doing such a good job with that human shield shit. He is so good with the human shield shit. And he was wandering around with that kid, like literally holding the kid as a human shield. And I was like, this fucker is so good at faking being human. Just like that prison guard down the road is so fucking good at faking being human. And then where you see the difference between the guard and the guy who belongs in jail, even they're basically the same person, but it's just that final little degree of self-control. That prick can go around and break laws every day and like keep it in line enough that the sheriffs don't do too much. You know, they're like, all right, well, they let him drink and drive, whatever he wants, you know. But Wes, he goes from full-on human shield, perfect human shield perfection, to fucking putting that. And to his credit, I've never heard Wes say anything anti-Semitic, so that's probably another difference. You know, of course, that prison guard definitely thinks I control the weather. But people are saying it looks like a swastika, and it totally does, dude. That SD on his head, oh my God, what a crash out. What a crash out, as the kids would say. It's totally a crash out. And before the judge, it's almost like self-handicapping. It is fucking nuts. So those are the two funniest things that have happened to me in a long, long, long time. And I've never written Wes Watson a comment, a letter, anything. It was so funny. I was talking about him because he came into my feed and he reminded me of my neighbor, who's a criminal thug prison guard who deserves to be in jail himself. And it was so funny. I think just I don't even know if I put it like in the text of the video, but somehow I saw it because then there was this Wes Watson video about like, if I ever see you riding your motorcycle fast through my neighborhood, I'll pull out my car so that you hit it and die. I was like, oh my God, getting these like indirect death threats. Not that I'm fucking worried about that clown, man. Like, you know, can he kick my ass? Sure. But as incompetent as the cops are, we'll just have him, you know, arrested and go to jail for the rest of his life, which it looks like is what's happening to that fool anyways. But yeah, man, what we're talking about, just the whole fucking thing, Wes's generational crash out makes me laugh so hard. Makes me laugh so hard, like actually out loud. Like laugh out loud is way, way overused. But there's, oh yeah, that somehow, it was so weird. Like just by even mentioning Wes Watson in a video, he like found my channel, started making like indirect threats about running over motorcycles and shit. But I know at the end of the day, he wants to be one because now he's got a motorcycle in his house that he can't ride and he's on his jet ski and shit. So what little attention I paid to him recently, it's so funny. I was like, oh my God, this guy's stalking me. I mean, not really. I feel no fear. It's just, everyone envies me, bro. But be that as it may, it's all right. But fuck, man, yeah, there is nothing as funny as watching Wes Watson crash out, go from full human shield to head tattoo. It's just like,